Good evening, my name is Jasmine Diaz, and I'm going to be talking about the formulation of national trade policies. First of all, I would like to start mentioning that trade is extremely important for us as a nation. Being in Mexico, I think that there's a lot of jobs that are created through that. It's not only the people that produce the products, but it's also the people that help transport the products, even like the politicians and the company owners, because they're the ones that work out the agreements within the nations, in order to find a solution and benefit us as well as benefiting the other countries. I believe it's really important to have policies because it can get out of hand. It's really easy for a nation just to keep exporting and exporting and exporting, but in the meantime, like, we also need to import because it's important for us to create products that are that we're in a comparative advantage. So if it costs us less for us to produce a certain product, instead of producing ourselves like nationalism and producing everything by ourselves, it's really important that we also benefit from other countries. Let's say that they have lower wages and they have more availability and the resources that they use to create the product. And it's best for us to buy their product because it's cheaper. So it's going to be, on the long run, it's going to be cheaper for consumers as well. Um, as well as Mexico, if there's a certain product which they could produce for a lower cost more efficiently, and they could just sell it and buy the things that we need, that would create a sort of equilibrium, which is ideal. Uh, Governmentally wise, I believe it's really important for the government to be involved, not just because they know how the system works better than us, but because I think that many times, like, companies or even individuals, they just think of the way one person's gonna benefit out of it, like that they're gonna benefit within the company, while the government sees the broader the picture, and they know, like, past agreements. They know what works, what doesn't work, what is gonna affect us in a positive way. It's gonna help us by it's gonna help us economically as well as politically, because if you think about trading, it's also all about politics. Let's talk about China and the United States. The trade war going on right now, it's not going to be able to be settled unless both of our governments are they reach an agreement and settle to impose less tariffs between each other. Which tariffs? That's another point I want to cover. I believe that tariffs are important when we see that another country is importing way too much products and it's affecting our economy. But if you see it in the other aspect as well, if other countries impose tariffs on us, it's more expensive for us to export our products. So it's more expensive to send it, so we receive less profit out of it. So I believe if there was a way that we could make free, like, without any type of barriers for it to be free to export and import, there would be a more stabilized trading system, as well as better relationships within countries, because I believe it will be a better agreement because both of the parties would benefit. Um, Another way I would also say that through trade, not only it's also helping our globalization as well. And I mean, even if we send a little bit of our culture, a little bit of our products overseas, and they send ours, we would benefit because it's newer technology or better products, as well as, I would say, that it would also create a lot of jobs. That's for sure. And that's all we need. That's all we need for our economy to keep um, offering jobs and keep the jobs that we currently have.